Have you ever wondered if some gifts could have an unexpected impact on your life? What if the things we accept could carry hidden threats? You may not realize it, but some items could be linked with spiritual risks. You might not know about this, but it's important to be informed about potential dangers. Keep watching this video to find out about 8 gifts you should avoid. In a world where spiritual and energetic forces intertwine with the material, items, imbued with the aura of occultism, possess the potential for unforeseen consequences. Gifts related to witchcraft can become conduits through which negative energies penetrate the space of our lives. These items, often disguised as harmless souvenirs or exotic decorations, may actually be linked with mysterious rituals. Such artifacts might carry energies that have been programmed by their previous owners or creators to perform specific tasks, such as influencing the emotional state or even the physical health of their new owner. As carriers of invisible power, such gifts can cause spiritual dissonance, provoking discord and troubles in a person's life. Realizing this, it becomes clear why avoiding such gifts is not just wise. It is a necessity to protect one's spiritual well-being. In the maze of human interactions, it can be challenging to discern when a gift becomes a burden, disrupting the harmony of our inner world. Gifts that cause discomfort are those objects that intuitively feel out of place, carrying a weight that is difficult to articulate. To identify such gifts, pay attention to your initial emotional reactions upon receiving them. If feelings of anxiety, embarrassment, or aversion are present, it might be a signal from your soul about the incompatibility of the gift's energy with your personal energetic structure. Furthermore, consider the context in which the gift was offered. Often, uncomfortable gifts come from individuals whose intentions may be questionable or whose energy causes internal discordance. In such cases, it is crucial to protect yourself by declining the gift to safeguard your spiritual space. Ultimately, listen to your intuition and do not hesitate to assert your boundaries. Protecting your spiritual well-being is a priority that should supersede conventions and politeness. Gifts with demonic attachments, often veiled as treasured family heirlooms, carry a sinister legacy that could disrupt one's emotional equilibrium. These items, bequeathed from one generation to the next, are not merely relics of familial history. Instead, they may serve as conduits for demonic influences, imbued with energies from the past that can significantly impact the present. These heirlooms may have been part of ancient rituals or witnesses to historical tragedies, embedding within them a residue of those events. Their continued presence in a home can lead to a reawakening of dormant energies that were perhaps never meant to resurface. For the new custodian, this legacy might manifest as a series of inexplicable emotional disturbances, sudden drops in energy, unexpected waves of anxiety, or an overarching sense of dread surrounding the object. Such symptoms suggest the heirloom's powerful, unseen influence over its environment and its inhabitants. Addressing these disturbances requires a blend of vigilance and spiritual acuity. Observing shifts in one's feelings or the home's atmosphere is crucial when determining the presence of such attachments. The journey to neutralize these effects involves more than just physical handling or removal of the objects. It necessitates a series of deliberate spiritual actions. Cleansing processes may include prayers of protection and blessings, acts of consecration to reclaim the space for peace, or even the full renunciation and removal of the problematic item from one's environment. Each step is a move towards severing the ties with the past energies that haunt these objects, aiming to restore balance and harmony within the home. For many, the decision to let go of such spiritually burdened heirlooms can be challenging, given their emotional and historical significance. However, preserving one's mental health and spiritual well-being often requires tough choices. It is about recognizing that some legacies, especially those tinged with darkness, are better left behind for the sake of one's present and future peace. In a world intricately woven with energies both seen and unseen, the sources of what we introduce into our lives must be approached with discernment and caution. Gifts originating from individuals who might not resonate with your spiritual path, or those with uncertain intentions, pose subtle yet profound risks to your spiritual equilibrium. These gifts, often cloaked in good intentions, may harbor energies that are fundamentally at odds with your own, potentially leading to spiritual discord and unrest. When we accept gifts from those who do not share our spiritual beliefs or from sources of dubious origins, we metaphorically open our doors to unknown influences. This act is akin to welcoming a stranger with an obscured past into your personal sanctuary. The outcomes are uncertain and potentially harmful. These items may carry with them the residue of negative energies or even the shadows of past misfortunes, each capable of subtly altering the spiritual atmosphere of your environment. The decision to accept or reject these gifts should not be seen merely in terms of social etiquette, but as a critical choice for spiritual protection and maturity. Just as one would not casually allow any stranger into their home without assurance of their intentions and nature, so too should we guard the spiritual gates of our lives from the influence of incompatible energies. Refusing such gifts, therefore, is not an act of impoliteness, but a necessary assertion of your spiritual boundaries. This is a profound expression of self-care and an acknowledgement of the importance of maintaining a purified personal space, free from the disruptive energies that might disturb the sanctity of your spiritual environment. By exercising such vigilance, you ensure that your spiritual space remains a sanctuary of harmony and well-being, reflecting only the energies that align with your highest good. This practice not only preserves your own spiritual health, but also reinforces the principle that each of us has the sovereign right to choose what influences we allow into our lives, a fundamental aspect of spiritual maturity and inner peace. In the mosaic of our lives, each experience embeds itself into the tapestry of our soul, some leaving indelible marks of pain and trauma. Gifts that carry the weight of these past sorrows can act as conduits, rekindling dormant memories and disrupting our journey toward healing. These objects, far more than mere physical items, serve as catalysts that can unwittingly summon the shadows of experiences we have worked tirelessly to overcome. The intrinsic danger of such gifts extends beyond the initial discomfort they may bring. They resonate with the frequencies of past anguish, which can create a dissonance that reverberates through our emotional and spiritual realms. Accepting these gifts risks opening old wounds, allowing the painful remnants of yesteryears to infiltrate our present, hindering our path to recovery and peace. This clash of past and present energies can destabilize the delicate equilibrium we strive to maintain in our healing processes. Choosing to refuse these gifts is a crucial act of self-care and spiritual guardianship. It is a decision that honors our personal history and the progress we have made in healing. By rejecting items that echo past traumas, we protect the sanctity of our emotional and spiritual space, effectively shielding it from the intrusive energies that could disrupt our tranquility and retard our healing journey. This act of refusal is not merely a rejection of a physical object, but a profound statement of self-respect and a commitment to our mental and emotional well-being. It reaffirms our right to define the boundaries of our personal environment and to curate the influences that we allow within our spiritual sanctuary. By doing so, we ensure that our space remains a haven, fortified against the echoes of past traumas and primed to support our continued growth and healing. Maintaining this purity within our emotional and spiritual realms provides a solid foundation for our future, allowing us to move forward unburdened by the weights of our past. In this way, we not only honor our history, but also empower our future, ensuring that our path forward is lit with hope, resilience, and an unyielding commitment to personal peace and integrity, and inner peace. In the complex weave of life, we are sometimes presented with gifts that challenge not just our preferences, but the very core of our spiritual and moral beliefs. These gifts, subtly wrapped in the guise of generosity, often come at a steep price, compromising our principles. They pose a significant dilemma. Do we stand firm in our values, or do we bend under the weight of external expectations and persuasions? Accepting such gifts can stir a deep internal conflict, straining the very fibers of our spiritual identity. Each decision to accept a gift that requires us to veer from our path chips away at our personal integrity. These gifts are not merely items of exchange. They are often laden with the intentions of others to mold and reshape our choices and actions according to their will. This manipulation can be subtle, masked by the external appearance of kindness or loyalty, making it all the more insidious and challenging to resist. The true measure of any gift lies not in its material value, but in how it resonates with our inner truths and aspirations. When a gift demands the sacrifice of our beliefs, its cost is too high. Rejecting such offers is not an act of rudeness, but a profound declaration of self-respect and commitment to one's spiritual integrity. It is an affirmation that our principles are non-negotiable, a testament to the strength of our character. Choosing to decline these gifts protects our spiritual equilibrium, preserving the sanctity of our moral compass. This act fortifies our boundaries, reinforcing our resolve against future encroachments. It nurtures our inner harmony and peace, ensuring that our spiritual journey remains undisturbed by external influences. This preservation of spiritual integrity is crucial not only for our personal peace, but also for setting a precedent on how we expect to be treated by others. It signals to the world that our spiritual and moral framework is steadfast and that our convictions are not for sale at any price. In maintaining this stance, we strengthen our capacity to navigate life's challenges with grace and authenticity, ensuring that our spiritual path is marked by genuine growth and not by the shadows of compromise. In the intricate tapestry of human connections, there exist gifts and offers veiled in the cloak of generosity, concealing darker intentions beneath their surface allure. These seemingly innocent gestures can be the first step down a treacherous path, leading us away from the steadfastness of our spiritual integrity and moral convictions. Gifts or propositions that carry the weight of ulterior motives are akin to poison disguised as medicine, offered with the intention to ensnare and manipulate. Behind the glittering facade of material abundance lies the insidious intent to sway our judgment, to cloud our moral clarity with the allure of personal gain. These offers come with strings attached, demanding a steep price. The surrender of our autonomy, the compromise of our values. To accept such gifts is to dance with danger, to gamble with the sanctity of our soul. Each material temptation, each whispered promise of wealth or influence is a test of our resolve, a trial of our spiritual mettle. For in yielding to these siren songs of material temptation, we risk losing ourselves in the murky depths of moral compromise. To refuse bribes and morally dubious propositions is not merely a matter of legality, but a sacred duty to ourselves and to the divine spark within us. We are the custodians of our own souls, the guardians of our spiritual sovereignty. It is incumbent upon us to stand firm against the tide of temptation, to repel the advances of corruption with the unwavering strength of our moral compass. In the face of material enticements, let us not waver. Let us cling to the purity of our intentions, to the clarity of our conscience. For in the end, it is not the allure of wealth or power that sustains us, but the unshakable integrity of our spirit, the unyielding resolve to walk the path of righteousness, no matter the cost. In a world where the unseen currents of energy and intention weave through our lives, the act of receiving a gift is not always as innocuous as it may seem. There exist subtle dangers hidden beneath the surface of seemingly innocent gestures that threaten to disrupt the delicate balance of our spiritual equilibrium. It is imperative, therefore, to remain vigilant and discerning in our acceptance of gifts, lest we unwittingly invite discord into our sacred space. The first category of perilous gifts comprises those imbued with what can only be described as negative energy. These are not merely material objects, but vessels brimming with emotions and intentions that resonate discordantly with our inner essence. They may carry the lingering echoes of past traumas, the residue of unresolved conflicts, or the malevolent intentions of their previous owners. Accepting such gifts is akin to inviting a wolf into the fold, for they have the power to unsettle our souls, to disrupt the harmonious flow of energy that sustains our spiritual well-being. The second category of hazardous gifts is perhaps even more insidious, for they come cloaked in the guise of benevolence, masking their true nature beneath layers of superficial kindness. These are the gifts that seek to impose someone else's will upon us, to assert their dominance over our autonomy and agency. They may take the form of clothing chosen without regard for our personal style, or trinkets that serve as constant reminders of past relationships fraught with control and manipulation. Accepting such gifts is tantamount to relinquishing our sovereignty, for they insidiously erode our sense of self, leaving us adrift in a sea of external expectations and demands. To refuse these gifts is not an act of rudeness or ingratitude, but rather an assertion of our inherent worth and dignity. It is a declaration of independence, a reaffirmation of our right to determine the boundaries of our spiritual domain. Our homes are our sanctuaries, our havens of peace and serenity, and we alone hold the keys to their gates. Let us therefore stand as vigilant sentinels, guarding the threshold of our spiritual space against all that would seek to disturb its tranquility. In conclusion, remember the importance of spiritual vigilance in choosing what we allow into our lives. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your perspective could be the key to awakening others.